Hello, friends. Happy Tuesday. It's time for another episode of Tuesday Live at 5. This is Lena Gersa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. And today I am all about the adorable Reindeer Days Suite Collection from the Stampin' Up! 2024 September-December mini catalog. Now, this is a suite that just kind of keeps going on and on because we have the suite as is pictured in the catalog, but then there are a whole bunch of other coordinating products that you may have missed because they're not actually pictured with the suite. So I'm going to show you all the products that coordinate. Honestly, you could create for a whole year with these products and never run out of ideas. They're so fantastic. We're going to make 3 cards together today. I have a whole bunch of other projects to share with you for some inspiration and ideas. Absolutely love this suite. Now, as we're getting started, I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to give you a warning. Today has been one of those days where everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. It's been just one thing after another since I rolled out of bed this morning at 20 to 5. So I'm fully expecting my Wi-Fi to crash today. I don't know why. It's just the way this day has gone. So if we get through today's live without my Wi-Fi going out, it will be miraculous. So let's just all say a little prayer for Lena's Wi-Fi and pray that Rogers cooperates with us so that I can get through this today without having an outage. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna actually, before I flip to my desk, I just want to remind you tomorrow kicks off our seasonal sale. So this is an annual event with Stampin' Up! And this year there's some great deals on products from the annual catalog. So this particular suite is not on sale because it's not in the annual, it's in the mini catalog. But in the annual, all bundles are discounted an additional 10%. So you get a combined total of 20% off all bundles. 10% off ink, Stampin' blends, markers, ink refills, 10% off cardstock, and 10% off DSP. So pretty great deals. You'll want to check that out. Sale starts tomorrow, November 13th, and runs through the 15th. Okay. All items are while supplies last. So if an item sells out at the sale price, it will not be available again at the sale price. Okay. All right. So that's my little public service announcement. Let me flip to my desk here. And oh, actually, I should say hi. We got lots of people who've popped in here. Hi, Mia. Oh, it's sunny in Cincinnati. It's beautiful and sunny here, too. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Laura. Louise, you made it. Hi, Jeanette and Sonia. Hi, Colleen. Thanks for sharing, Sonia. Hi, Donna. How are you? Hi, Louise or Joyce. Louise, thank you for the positive vibes. You feel my pain. I know you do. We share fiber optic cable in this neighborhood, and it's not very good. All right, let me flip to my desk, and we will get rolling here. Okay, so this is my very crooked catalog. So the mini has this particular suite featured on pages 26 and 27. Super cute suite, but oh my goodness, there are so many other products that coordinate. So let me kind of jump in here. So first of all, these items here are the ones that are pictured in the catalog with the suite. Okay, so let's start. Where did I put my stamps? So there. We have the Reindeer Fun bundle. So we've got the stamps, some cute images to color, some great sentiments, some ways to decorate your little deer. This is a harness for the deer and a little bow if you want to put a bow on the deer's neck. But honestly, it's the dies that make me really happy. Now, I just checked the inventory status report before I went live, and these are currently out of stock. Of course they are. Till December 2nd. Of course they are. The good news is I have a feeling these are going to stick around for a while. I don't know that. I have no insider information, but these have been super popular. I've sold a ton of these. People are really loving these dies. So I have a feeling that they'll be hanging around. So the good news is if you don't get them in time for your Christmas cards this year, you can get them for next year. Okay. So we have our open dies. So, right, these are our open dies here that cut out the stamped images, but oh my goodness, look at all these extra dies in this die set. These little guys putting together this little reindeer is one of my favorite things to do. We're going to actually do 2 of them on a card today. This cuts a window in your cards. I'll show you some samples afterwards with that. We've got some holly leaves, a little wreath, some jingle bells, some gifts and bows. Just such a fun die set. So that is the bundle. We'll set that out of the way. And then we have these adorable little, I'm going to show you a finished one, these little storybook gift boxes. So this is one that I decorated up. I literally did this 10 minutes before I went live. So it opens up like this. I added the Velcro. There's actually, you can see here, an adhesive strip to stick this shut. But honestly, I don't want people to have to ruin my box to open it. So I added some little Velcro dots so this box can be reused over and over again because it's too cute to only use once, right? So before you put them together, the boxes come like this. There's two pieces. So this is your cover. And what I recommend doing when you're covering these is actually glue this right onto your DSP. So you can glue it right on there and then use that as a guide to trim off the excess. That's how I did this one in literally like 5 minutes. I put this thing together. Okay. So that gives you your cover. This is your inside box. It's simply a matter of burnishing all your score lines here, and then your ends tuck inside. Okay, there are some adhesive strips on the inside. Just going to fold that in, take off the backing, and secure that on both sides. And then this has adhesive that's going to get glued inside your cover. So it's a really easy little box to put together, and they're super cute. And if you add the Velcro, like I did, just some little, these are from the dollar store, some little Velcro dots, you can open and close and reuse forever because it's too cute to throw out. Okay, so that is, those are the boxes. We also have the Forever Plaid embossing folder. This is one of our jumbo folders. You can cut or emboss a half sheet of cardstock with one pass with that folder. We have some adorable embellishments now, though I know these have been a little bit of a sore spot because they keep selling out. There are more coming next week. These cute little peppermint, red and white peppermint, adhesive back peppermints they're called. I love them because they're super flat, so they're great for mailing. So these are a hot commodity right now, but more will come in stock. And I'm stocking the website. So as soon as I see them in stock, I will post on all of my social platforms so that you don't miss them. I've had a few people miss them twice. And then we have this cute red and white baker's twine. This is something that I will use all year. It'll be great for Valentine's Day as well. And then we have the DSP. Now I have 2 itty bitty strips left of these patterns because I've used a ton of this stuff. So we have these cute little leaping reindeer on one side. And then this one has little reindeer that you can fussy cut. This one actually can be cut with the dies. So some of those images can be die cut. And then in addition to those two, we have this super cute one. I just love that pattern. And then we've got some snow play reindeer. We've got sort of a forest scene. We've got this one, which is just, cute Christmas scenes. Again, the dies will cut out the mama and baby. Okay. And then, of course, on the back side, we have lots of just sort of generic Christmas patterns. So I love this holly pattern. That's the one I used on my little box there. We've got some jingle bells. We've got just a forest of trees. We've got some plaid. And then on the back of these guys, we have our Christmas lights and some presents. So just fun patterns. And then this is not an officially coordinating product, but I use this interchangeably with this DSP because all of the colors coordinate. So this is the Take a Bow or Take a Bow DSP. This is part of a different bundle, but it works so well with this suite. So we have the stripes, we've got holly, we've got sort of sparkles or snow, and then the plaid. And then when we flip over, we've got a polka dot, we've got larger polka dots, we've got a candy cane stripe, and we've got red and white polka dots. Like, how perfect is that for Valentine's Day, right? So lots of mileage out of this paper pack. There are 4 different patterns. You actually get 12 of each in this pack. So it's great if you are doing mass production. I have gone through several packs of these for various events this fall, and it's great paper. And it is back in stock. It was out of stock for a little while, but it is back. All right, in addition to those, not pictured with the suite, we also have these adorable Memories and More cards. So these are kind of intended to be made into really quick Christmas cards, right? So we have Merry Christmas. Sorry, I'm holding that a little high. And then on the back, if you wanted to do recipe cards, how cute would it be to give some baking and then include a recipe with these? I think that's a great use of that card. And then we have our cute little reindeer. And then on the back is, you could put a photo in the middle of that one if you wanted to. We've got Very Merry. And then again on the back, just a stripe. And then we have the 3x4 cards. So we have Warm Wishes. This would be, just slap this on a card front or use it as a gift tag, super quick. We've got the stripes. This one is a smaller version of the DSP pattern. And we've got the pretty Christmas tree on the back. Then we've got Enjoy the Gifts of the Season. Punch a hole in that, put some twine on, and there's your gift tag, right? And then you could just add a little circle to write your to and from on there. Super cute and easy, quick gift tags. Here's a Merry Christmas card. And again, you could use that as a gift tag as well. Poke a hole, Write your name on the back. You're done. Believe in the magic. Again, lots of room to write a to and from on that one. And then winter blessings and more journaling space. So this is a great card pack, not just for memory keeping. Obviously, it's great for memory keeping, but lots of possibilities for other Christmas themed projects. And then also included in this pack, we have 2 different sticker sheets with various sentiments and cute little images that you can use to decorate your cards. There are 2 of each sheet. Okay, so you get 6 of each card and 2 of each of the sticker sheets. So lots of possibilities with that one. So that one also coordinates. And then we also have this awesome scrapbooking workshop kit. So I have not had a chance to put this one together. I put the autumn one together during my in-person retreats last weekend, and I was amazed at how easy these instructions are to follow. And they even go so far as to tell you how many photos you need and what size and what orientation. Like, this is so well thought out. It is designed to create 3 double layouts, so 6 12 by 12 scrapbook pages, and it is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So stay tuned. I'm going to try and get this put together this week, and I'll post it on my social media. I am just so crazy busy with class prep right now. It'll be a miracle I get it done, but you can always hope, right? All right, we've got lots more people coming in. Hello, hello, everyone. Hi, Julie. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Gail, Liata. Hi, Michelle. Nice to see your name. Deb, you made it live. Woohoo! All right, here we go. First card is this one. I posted it yesterday. It's super quick. And again, it combines that Take a Bow or Take a Bow DSP with the Reindeer Days. So I love combining those 2. So this is just a super quick, easy to duplicate card if you need to make multiples. My little reindeer is die cut from the DSP. So this is one of the images that does coordinate with the dies. So to start, I have a little deckled rectangle here that I have die cut from that sort of forest scene DSP pattern. And then I have some garden green cardstock. So this is 2 1/4 by 3 5/8. So we are going to layer our deckled rectangle onto our garden green layer. This is going to have a super narrow border because, you know, that's how I roll. So we're going to pop this on. And just get that centered so you can see it's got a really nice little narrow border there. And then that is going to get adhered to my piece of Take a Bow or Take a Bow. Okay, we need to vote, okay? In the comments, you need to tell me whether you think it should be Take a Bow or Take a Bow, okay? So if you think it's Take a Bow, say Take a Bow with, I don't know. Take a bow as in tie a bow, or take a bow as in bow because you've just performed. You tell me what you think it is. It's kind of up for debate. So in the meantime, we are going to continue constructing our card here. So this is, I should mention, this piece of Take a Bow or Take a Bow DSP is 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm going to adhere my little layered rectangle here so that I kind of have an equal border on the side and top and bottom. Okay, so that's just going to kind of sit right there. And then we're going to go ahead and glue that onto a garden green card base. All of my card bases are the same today. So they're 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. All of the measurements for all 3 projects today are, as always, listed in the video description. So you are more than welcome to recreate when I'm finished here. Use them at will. It is my pleasure to give you inspiration. That's why I do what I do. I love it. So here we go. Let's pop this on. Okay. O-U-O-W. Okay, we got bow. Reason because of the bow maker. Okay. Tie a bow. Sarah confirmed that. Okay. Thanks, Jen. I obviously missed that. Second is take a bow after presentation. Okay. I agree. Take a bow. See, I know. We can't. Yeah. I don't know that we're going to reach a consensus, but keep telling me what you think. I like reading everybody's opinion. All right, so we are going to stamp our sentiment on this little banner. This has been die cut using the stylish shapes dies. And we're going to stamp our sentiment in real red ink, just centered, and it does just fit on this little banner. So there we go. And then I have some holly leaves and berries that I have die cut using the dies. So we are going to adhere our berries to our leaves here. So it's just a little smidgy of glue there. We'll pop those on. And then I'm just going to take and apply a bit of seal to the back of my banner. And I'm just going to kind of pop that on in that upper right corner. And then this is actually going to get adhered with some dimensionals. We're going to add our deer in a moment, but let's pop this on first. So we'll add a couple of dimensionals to our banner, and then I'm also going to add a couple of minis to my holly leaves because I don't want them to catch as they're sliding in and out of the envelope. So we'll get rid of our backings here. My fingers decide to coordinate. There we go. And then we're going to pop this on. Now I need this to be fairly close to the end because I need room for my deer here, right? So we want to make sure that we don't put it too far to the left. And then my deer is actually just going to kind of sort of tuck in behind the banner and sort of hang on that upper corner. So we're going to add a couple more minis to the back of our deer. A little bit to the tail. And one here. And I think we might need one on the legs. Yeah. And I think we might need to trim one in half because these are just a smidge too wide to fit on our skinny little reindeer legs. So let's get rid of our backings. Okay, Arlene said it should be tie a bow. I agree, it should. They could have made it so much easier if they had just made it really obvious. Maybe that was the plan, was to have, you know, lots of debate about it. So there we go. There's our little reindeer leaping over our banner. And then our last touch is to add some of these fun little self-adhesive snowflakes. These are still available. They are from last year's online exclusive release, and they are still available for ordering. And I love these. I loved them last year, and I love them just as much this year because they're super quick and easy, and they're flat, so they mail really nicely for holiday cards. And there we go. That's it. Super quick. You like that one? It was really fast. All right, let's move on. I'm going to put these away. I got to keep my ink out. I'll set this. I'm going to put this up here so it's out of the way. Okay. All right. Louise likes the colors. Yes. And like the snowflakes. I do too. I think they're awesome. Okay. This I think is my favorite card. Look how cute this is. I posted this earlier today. So we have a reindeer and his girlfriend saying Christmas is better together. I just love this. I love these little deer. I cannot get enough of making them. I may have cut several hundred of them by this point. And actually, this time I'm going to make this guy reindeer, or Rudolph. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. He is a reindeer. I'm making him Rudolph. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. So let's start by creating our background. Let me dump all of these little bits so I don't lose anything. So our background panel is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white cardstock that I've embossed using that awesome Forever Plaid embossing folder. Okay. And then we are going to layer some of our Reindeer Days DSP. So this is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So that is just going to run sort of across the middle of our emboss panel. So I like to use liquid glue when I'm using embossing because I feel like it gets into the nooks and crannies a little better than tape does. So we're just going to set this. I always like to use my grid paper to help me get my pieces straight. And we're going to be about 2.5, 3-ish squares. Well, 1, 2, 3. No, we're going to be 3. We're going to be 3. And the nice thing about this embossing folder is you can use the lines on the embossing folder to make sure you get your piece straight too. So whenever I'm adhering to embossed cardstock, you just want to burnish it really well to make sure you get good adhesion. Okay. All right. Now we're going to add a bit of this fun red and white baker's twine. So I'm going to just pull off a length. We're going to do a double length. So we could wrap it around, like start here and wrap it around our card front. But why waste twine on the back side of the card when no one sees it, right? So we're just going to take and we're going to fold our twine in half. And then I'm going to kind of eyeball where I want this to go. It's going to go about, I don't know, 1/2 inch up from the bottom of my DSP. And then I'm just going to take a glue dot, press it onto the back of my emboss panel, and then wrap the ends of my twine and stick it. You see, I've just stuck it into that little glue dot there. Sorry. There we go. Give the chance for the camera to focus. Okay, then I'm going to run my twine across, and I like to have my twine laying across so that when I go to put my glue dot on this end, I have an idea where I need it to go. Okay, so I kind of use my twine as a guide. I press my cardstock onto the glue dot, and then again, wrap my twine. Okay, and that's a real cheater way. We're not wasting all that twine around the backside where no one sees it. Okay, all right, so let's stick that onto our card base. So again, same dimensions as our last card, but this time we're using real red cardstock for our base. So we'll just fold that in half. And again, I'm going to use liquid glue to adhere my embossed panel. And I tend to use a little bit more glue than I do with a flat, smooth piece of cardstock when I'm adhering embossing, just again, because we've got all those little bumps that we need to get adhesive into. So there we go. And again, we're going to burnish that really well. So when you're burnishing, this is another tip that I often give in my classes, because we get sticky fingers, we get inky fingers, and there's a bit of a risk if you're burnishing of smearing or smudging the front of your card. So I'd say flip it over and burnish from the back. And that way, if you smudge, it's not super obvious, right? Okay, so that is our card front. We're going to set that aside for a couple minutes, and we're going to build our cute little reindeer. So we're going to work on the little girl deer first. So when we die cut, there are sort of 3 pieces to build our reindeer. Let me grab all 3. Okay. And so whatever color you cut this one that has both the eyes and the nose and the ears cut out, that's the one that you're going to see on top. Okay. The antlers one is the one that's at the back. And you're going to want a fairly dark color because that's what gives us the eyes. Okay, so to make our girl deer, we're going to go ahead and glue our white. I knew I had that. I had a Stampin' blend out, this one, my light petal pink, and I couldn't remember why I had it out, and it was to do the ears on my little girl deer. So I'm going to take and just kind of follow the little cut line on the ears here, just to add a little bit of color to my little girl deer. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this onto my antler layer. So you don't need a lot of glue, just a couple little dabs. And we're just going to line this up. They layer perfectly. I don't know who designed this particular die set of Stampin' Up, but they deserve a medal because this is brilliantly designed. Okay, so it's kind of cute just like that. You can make it like a ghost deer with like this, but we're going to get rid of the antlers because we want this to be a girl deer. So now that we've got that layer glued on, now we know where we can cut without causing any difficulty. Okay, we still need that brown layer in behind for the eyes and the nose. Okay, now we're going to add our pecan pie layer. So again, just a little dab of glue will do. And we'll pop this one on. And I think it's absolutely magical the way when we layer this, we get the whites, the life light in the eyes. I just think that is so, so smart. Like I said, whoever designed this over at Stampin' Up deserves a Designer of the Year award, in my opinion. Okay, so we have our little girl deer, and then we're going to add a little bow. So this little bow is actually kind of intended to go on the wreath, right? But we're going to give her a hair bow. So I'm simply going to cut off the tails with my snips. I'm just going to kind of follow the shape of the loops here and cut off those tails. There we go. And that's going to give us a little hair bow for our little girl deer. So a little dab of glue. And we're going to pop that on just below her ear. So there we go. There's our little girl deer. Okay, now we're going to build our Rudolph. So if you're wanting to construct a Rudolph, give him a red nose. When you cut this, you're going to use this die, and you're going to cut just a little bit of the face out of red cardstock. And you're going to save the negative that is the nose piece, okay? Because that is going to give us our Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So let's build our deer. We're not going to worry about coloring the ears this time because he's a tough guy and he doesn't have pink. I don't know. I'm making it up. So let's pop that on. And then I'm going to take and add just a little dab of glue in the center of the nose here. And I'm going to take my take your pick. And make sure this is right side up. I'm just going to pick this guy up and I'm going to pop that right in the nose. And there we go. Instantly, Rudolph. All right, and then we're going to add, again, a little bit of glue to the pecan pie layer. I'm going to add just a smidge on the ears here to make sure that that sticks flat. The key here is using liquid glue because it gives you the time to adjust and get those layers lined up just so. Okay, isn't it fun? Look how cute he is. It's Rudolph. So fun. All right, we're going to give Rudolph a little bit of decoration here. He's going to have a bit of a wreath. So I just put a little bit of glue on the back of the wreath. The wreath is die cut from Granny Apple Green cardstock. So we'll stick that on there. And then we're going to glue these two onto a die cut real bread circle. Again, this is cut using the Stylish Shapes dies. But first we're going to do a bit of stamping. So I've got this little snowflake image from the stamp set. Let's just move these guys out of the way. And we're just going to add a little bit of texture, a little bit of snow to our circle here. Okay, and then we're going to add our deer. Now, before we do that, actually, no, we'll do them first and then we'll do the holly. So I'm going to just add a little bit of glue to the back of my girly deer and pop her on right about there. And then we'll add a little bit to Rudolph and add a bit to the wreath as well to make sure it sticks down. And we'll pop him on over here. Look how cute they are. So fun. It would be cute if you had a Christmas wedding anniversary. It'd be cute to make an anniversary card with these two. All right, so then for our holly, we're actually going to change the shape. So I'm going to actually cut straight across here. And I'm going to move this leaf so that it comes down and tucks in behind. I'm just going to use a glue dot to adhere it because I wanted to be able to kind of have my holly down at the bottom of my little arrangement here rather than as a focal point. So there are my leaves. And again, we're going to add a little bit of glue to add our berries. Just like that. So cute. And then these guys are just going to get stuck onto our circle here. So a little bit of glue. And they're just going to kind of hang out right about there. Isn't that cute? So fun. I love playing with these guys. All right, that's going to go on there. But first we are going to stamp our sentiment. So I'm using the Christmas is Better Together sentiment. And that is so true. I can't imagine celebrating Christmas without the people I love. So we're going to ink up our sentiment. Now this banner is cut using the Nested Essentials dies, which is an online exclusive. And I want to stamp this towards the notched end of the banner here, because it's going to kind of tuck in behind my circle. Okay. So we are going to start by sticking this guy on first, and then we will add our circle. Now I'm going to kind of set my circle where I want it to go so that I have an idea where my banner needs to go. So we'll add a couple of dimensionals here. And then we're going to tuck this in and pop it on right about there-ish. And then add some dimensionals to our circle. And we're going to pop them on as well. Just like that. So cute. Our last touch is to add a little bow. As soon as I find there's my twine. So I'm just going to tie a twine bow. So this is one that I don't do bunny ears with this one because I want my knot to be small. If I do bunny ears, I get a bulkier knot. So I just make my 2 loops, wrap them, and go. So really quick and easy bow. So we'll trim that off. And then we're going to add a little glue booger on the front of our card. And it's going to overlap kind of where the twine sort of runs just below my banner there. And we'll pop that on just like that. And then our last touch is some peppermints as soon as I find what I did with them. Here they are. Okay, so we will add a couple of these little guys. These are really fun. I shouldn't talk them up too much because I know you can't get them right now, but they are really fun. They are worth waiting for. Let's just put it that way. If you haven't had a chance to get your hands on these, once you do, you'll see what I mean. Okay, so that is number 2 done. Aren't those cute little fellas? Or guy and girl, I guess. So, so cute. All right, last card is this one. I am going to do some stamping and coloring. It's not all about the dies today. Our last card is this one. Okay, and we are going to do a little bit of coloring. So let's start with that. I have my little mama and baby that I have already stamped and die cut. So I've stamped this in Memento Black ink. So I'm going to color sort of the underside of both mama and baby in crumb cake, light crumb cake ink. So I'm using my light crumb cake Stampin' Blends, which, by the way, are going on sale tomorrow. I may or may not have plans to buy some extras because I tend to go through these quite quickly, especially when they get used in classes. So I am going to be stocking up on Stampin' Blends. So I'm just coloring. I'm not doing any shading here. I'm just filling in sort of the underside and the inner part of the ear on both mama and baby. Okay, I know, isn't this the cutest little deer? Jeanette, I agree. So, so cute. So Bambi. All right, now I'm using light pecan pie to color my deer. Again, I'm not doing any shading. I'm kind of being a lazy colorer today. I'm not worrying about really any shading, partly because I don't want you to have to sit here and watch me color for half an hour. Because I know it's kind of like watching paint dry. And it's not all that exciting, so we'll just keep trucking along here. I just think this is the cutest image. I actually saw a very, very sweet Mother's Day card made using this image, and I think it would be absolutely perfect for Mother's Day. There we go. And then mama. I think light pecan pie is just about the perfect color for deer, at least in our area. Our deer are very much this sort of light brown. The ones up at my parents' place are very much that shade. So we'll just fill this in. I'm going to go fairly quickly here so that you don't have to fall asleep while watching me color. And the advantage to going quickly is that the ink blends really nicely, so you don't see the brush strokes on these larger areas. So if you go fast, the ink does blend quite nicely, and you don't see any brush strokes. That's the beauty of alcohol markers. They just have that little bit of extra dry time. Okay, there we go. So if I wanted to, see, I didn't do a very good job of this. I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. What was I going to say? If I wanted to, I could certainly add shadows to this, but we're not going to do that today. Okay, so that is our mama and baby. Now I have to let this dry because we are going to stamp some spots on mama's bum there. You see those? But we have to let that alcohol ink dry for a few minutes. So we're going to work on the rest of the card, and then we will come back to that. So to start, we have some more of that fun take a bow, DSP in this sort of green polka dot pattern, again, 4 by 5 1/4. And this one is just a scrap I had left over from another project of the same DSP. This one is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and glue that onto our larger panel. So let's get a bit of glue going here. And this is going to go on, again, about a 1/2 inch up from the bottom, just so that I have room for everything. Because my sentiment's going to go up above my deer, I need to make sure I have enough space. Okay. All right. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment. So this is, again, another label cut from those nested label die or nested essentials dies. Those are a staple in my studio. So stylish shapes and nested essentials are two that I kind of can't live without. And when either of them retire, there will be some weeping and mourning from me over here because I reach for them all the time. I know, Jean, you're right. The fawn has the white spots, but the image, the stamp is too big to fit on the fawn. I could add, if I had my gel pen, I could add some spots with the fawn, but maybe this is a teen mom. Maybe she's not fully grown. I don't think does actually have antlers. So really, this is probably a dad and a baby. Really, if we're gonna be, completely accurate. All right, what am I doing? I'm building some holly. So again, just like we did on the last card, we're going to reshape our holly. I'm finding myself doing this a lot because I often like to have my holly kind of peeking out from behind elements, and I find that I lose my third leaf when I do that, and I don't want to do that. So I just reshape them. So again, I'm going to take my glue dot and add behind this guy, and whoops, put that on the wrong side. Oh well, we'll put it on top this time. That's okay. And then we're going to add our berries, just a little smidge of liquid glue. You could, I guess, use a glue dot to adhere these as well if you were so inclined. So there we go. And then those are going to get adhered to the back of our die cut label. So this label is die cut from the DSP, again, using the stylish shape size. And I think this is the largest one, maybe the second largest. I honestly can't remember. Now, before we adhere these, we are going to arrange our deer and our sentiment. Now, let's just see. We're going to try and stamp our spots. They may not work because I'm not sure the ink is fully dry from coloring, but we're going to try. I have an old school white crafting pad because I don't use it all that often, and I just couldn't be bothered to replace it. So I've got the little spots image, and I just added some little spots to our teen mom's bum there. So we're going to add that with some dimensionals onto our die cut label. Now this does need a second to dry, so we're going to try not to smudge the spots. So I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals. Now I'm not going to put one sort of too high on mom's back here but I need to put it high enough that you can't see it peeking up from behind the belly because that was too low. There we go. Because I need to be able to tuck my label in there. I am going to add a couple to Bebe and Bebe's legs and another couple to mom's legs. All right, so we're going to get rid of our backings. Come on. There we go. And we're going to pop that on to our die cut label. I've still got dimensional backing stuck to my finger. I got to tell you, I found a dimensional backing in my classroom at school today. I don't know how the heck it got there, but it did. Obviously, I brought it, but I thought it was rather humorous that they're following me everywhere. So we're going to add our label now, just sort of tucked in behind mom. So just kind of want to make sure that that's going to be straight. And then we're going to take our holly and we're going to curl our leaves a little. So I'm just going to take my bone folder and curl them just ever so slightly. And then they are going to get adhered. One's going to kind of go behind that bottom left corner, bottom right corner. I know my left from right, of our label. So we're just going to kind of tuck that in there. And then the other one is going to go on sort of the upper left corner, sort of up there like that. Now I want to make sure I see a little bit more of my berries there. Okay, and then that whole thing is going to go onto our card. Oh, you know what? That's going to be too high. We got to hide some more berries there. That's better. Okay, before we put that on, we're going to add some ribbon. So this is the diagonal striped white ribbon. It comes in a combo pack with Petal Pink in the annual catalog, and I felt like it kind of mirrored or mimicked the candy cane stripe in the DSP. So I thought, oh, that one works rather well. So that's what we're using. It's so easy to forget that we have a whole annual catalog full of fabulous products. We're hot in the thick of Christmas cards, Christmas products. But there are an awful lot of products in there that coordinate quite nicely with our holiday items. All right, so there is our card front. And then we're going to add our little arrangement. This is also going to get popped. Now, if you're worried about postage, you can certainly glue this flat. It does not have to get popped up. I just like lots of dimension on my projects. If you've watched me for any length of time, you know that about me. I'm a little bit of a dimensionals addict and not ashamed to admit it. So let's pop this one in. And start stick that down on our card front. Okay, and then that is going to get adhered to a thick basic white card base. I like to use thick basic white for my bases rather than regular. It's just got a little bit more substance. So again, same dimensions as our previous two cards. So we'll just crisp that up. And we'll get a bit of glue going here. I could have used seal, it's right there. Oh well, I'll use it quickly. Doesn't matter. So that is going to get popped on just like that. I'm going to flip my holly leaves up again. I squished them a little bit. And then I've got a little bow that I don't know where I had this from, but it's been kicking around on my desk forever. So we're going to use it. Pop it on there. And then a couple more little peppermints just for fun and some whimsy. So we'll add one up here. And a couple of these guys over here. And there we go. Super fun. Now I have this extra strip because I was going to show you when you have these little scraps. I find these scraps really annoying because I feel like oh, you're right. You know what, Deb? It's not your eyes. Look, I forgot to layer. I forgot to add my layer, the red layer. So what do you like? Do you like the red or do you like it right on the white? What do you think? Deb, you're pointing at all my errors today. So here I layered it on a piece of real red. So 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm pretty sure I put that in the measurements. But here, clearly I forgot to cut that layer and didn't catch it. So here you go. So we have with the extra matte and without. So you can vote. You're doing lots of voting today, you guys. Red layer, Terry says, yeah, Julie. Okay, everybody likes the red. See, I made a boo-boo. I could probably pull that off of there and add it. But you know what? It's okay. I'm good with both. But I did want to mention this little scrap strip. So you get these little strips, especially when you have 6 by 6 DSP, you end up with a lot of little scraps. Use it to decorate the inside of your card. Okay, so I've just cut this to, I think it's 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/2. So we'll just add a little bit of glue there and pop it in. And that just adds a little something, something to the inside of your card. It's a scrap that you're probably going to end up throwing out anyway, right? So you may as well. All right, so let me bring back all of our projects. So we got 1, 2, and 3. And then I have a whole bunch more to show you. So again, there's my little treat box. Here are some tags. I posted these. These were some part of the make and takes from my in-person retreat. So both of those use dies from the suite. Here is a cute one I did, really simple, featuring the DSP and that window die. So just having it's like you're looking through the trees at this little mama and baby. And then here is a fun shaker card. So this is an easel shaker. So it opens up like this. This is actually the very first card I made with this suite. And instead of popping up the inside to catch my easel, I actually used the little peppermints to catch my easel. Okay. So yes, Arlene, yes, I usually do use a layer. I should have caught myself, right? I should have noticed that I was missing something. Here is another one. So I just die cut. So there is a die in the die set that cuts Christmas lights. So I just cut them in white and then colored them with my Stampin' blends. And then here's another one. This is actually from my catalog launch and bingo event way, way back in September. Feels like forever ago. Here is one from my launch event, also back in September. Here's one. I wanted to use all of the extra dies. So I just went kind of crazy. So we got our holly, we got our, again, there's my little Rudolph, and there's some presents. And then this was a SWAT card I received. This is a super cool, this is a diorama card. Let me just get this going here the way it's supposed to be. So it pops out. Okay, can you see that that pops out like that? And you get your little winter scene through the window. And then here's another swap. I love this one. So clever. So stamped the mama and baby on crumb cake, so no coloring required. And then I love the peek through sentiment. I think that's so, so smart. All right, so there you go. A whole whack of ideas using the adorable, adorable, adorable Reindeer Days suite. You like those? All right. I'm just going to see, check the comments. Oh, Arlene likes the triple labeled. Yeah, I like those too. Okay, Liata likes the pop of red. Yep, everybody's in agreement. Okay, we're in more agreement about the layer of red than we are about take a bow versus take a bow. All right. Okay, well, Jean, free up your evening and go stamp something. Okay. All right, let me get back to my face so I can say a proper goodbye to you all. All right, thank you for joining me this week. I thank you for your grace as I had to take a week off last week. You would not have wanted to see me live last week. It was a little bit of a hot mess, but here I am, not quite rested, but at least I have all my faculties about me. And so thank you for joining me. I will see you again next week for another episode of Tuesday Live at 5. Bye for now.